What is a software engineer? What does a software engineer do? And what kind of person might succeed as a software engineer? First of all, the tasks that you're probably going to be asked to do include building networks and operating systems for applications, designing and enforcing IT standards and practices. IT is information technology. A lot of companies have their own IT departments, and universities have their own IT departments to help people with issues with their technology. It's generally not something you major in directly, though it's possible depending on the school or the program that you attend. But it's just one of many possibilities for a software engineer. For example, you might also be managing the needs of the hardware and the software, and tweaking software as needed and providing and releasing regular updates. You might be integrating different software platforms into one product, or using mathematical and scientific models to predict outcomes, design systems, and analyze results from research studies like the ones that I do in my neuroscience lab. Obviously, your responsibilities as a computer and software engineer are going to vary from job to job and what field you ultimately end up in, but I wanted to emphasize that there are so many just opportunities and different things that you might be asked to do when you are immersed in this field. In terms of the skills that you'll need to address and complete these tasks, you will need some hard skills and some soft skills, where the hard skills are things like strong computer science programming skills, being able to adapt to multiple coding languages, including Java, Python, C++, HTML, R, all kinds of things that you might, all kinds of languages that you might have to be using depending on the field. You might also be helped by an aptitude for mathematical modeling and analytic skills, and an ability to design and implement new software. On the soft skills side, organization is a big plus. Creativity and being oriented towards problem solving are all going to be talents and skills that are going to contribute positively to your ability to perform as a software engineer. So these are things that I would recommend you consider if this is a field that you're unsure about or something that you are potentially interested in. Think if you are going to be able to develop these skills, hard and soft, to make sure that you are well suited and well prepared for the profession. Once you have those skills and you are prepared to take on and tackle the tasks that I mentioned before, you'll be ready to enter as a software engineer. And this could be a job, as I said before, in IT, but it could also be something more related to software design, like gaming or game design. You might be a security engineer, a mobile developer, or a 3D graphics engineer. There are all kinds of roles and industries that require software engineers. So again, you could find something that really is suited to your interests, your passions, and the things that you enjoy spending time on. In terms of what the salary is for a software engineer, it's highly dependent on the field and the industry that you choose to join and become part of. But the median salary for software engineers is around $100,000. It ranges generally from $80K to $117K per year. That's the 25th to the 75th percentile, respectively. And like most positions, the salary will also vary based on location. So in Silicon Valley, for example, the median salary for a software engineer is around $123,000 per year. And that makes sense because it is an area of the country where the field is highly desirable. Everybody really needs new software engineers, and there are all kinds of teams of software engineers within each company. And this is where a lot of the tech giants are based, like Google and Facebook. And so these are companies that employ tons and tons of software engineers to work on new projects and new teams that are being developed all the time. In other places, salary is slightly less than that. For example, in Mississippi, the salary is a median of $84,000 per year, which is still pretty high up there. It's still an excellent starting salary, but it is definitely not the same as some of those other companies and areas of the country, like Silicon Valley, where there's a high concentration and a high demand for software engineers. In general, you need to have an undergraduate degree in order to be employed as a software engineer. However, some people do choose to go and get a master's or a PhD depending on what their goals are. For example, teaching and academia often require advanced degrees, where entry-level positions only require a bachelor's for software engineering and computer science. And so this is something that a lot of people can enter into the workforce for immediately after graduating,